Welcome everyone, we are here with the GXP Championship. We've got a match for you tonight, a best of 3 between Elyon Gaming and Impulse Esports. And we'll be kicking it off here in a little bit. We've got basically everybody sitting in the lobby as soon as I'm able to get into the spectate. But I'm looking forward to this match. We saw a little bit of Elyon Gaming not too long ago. Impulse, of course, has changed up the roster a little bit after some previous events, so it'll be interesting to see what they bring to the table now. I'm looking forward to it, and we got a cast to bring to you guys tonight. I'm Skyson.
And I'm Quasars, is how you actually pronounce that.
What? I was so ready to say Quasars.
Yeah, everyone is.
But, alright, everybody's here, and we look like we will be getting in picks and bans very shortly here.
Yeah, we're just waiting on ready checks from both teams, so whenever they're ready, we'll be able to start.
Oh, what do we got? I'm looking for it. Everyone's asking everybody else if they're ready. I'm ready. They're ready. We're ready. But the game is not apparently ready. Just want to see it. Oh, what have we got here? We've got, look at the top to bottom, we got on Elyon Gaming side, we have Tedious Sky in the top lane, Hottie Williams in the jungle, Jerd in the mid lane, C9 Sneaky in bot lane, and Pauly now in the support role. And on the side of Impulse Esports, we've got Uligma in the top, Diamond Too Easy in the jungle, E-Boy Wonder in the mid lane, Meadows as the bot laner, and Peggy as the support. Hey he, whatever you want to call it.
No, I actually didn't know that there was a player called Ligma. I know that some members of Games XP are trying to get a team called Ligma together. Not sure if you've heard about that, but they had me design their logo for them, so. But how are you feeling that this game is gonna go, Brendo, Mr. Skyson?
Ooh, I'm looking forward to it. If I see a lot of what I remember, I know the last time I cast the game was an Elyon Gaming series, and I remember that a lot of what I was looking for from their side and the comps that they were going for, they were looking for more of the heavy engage, that we're going to pick these champions to throw at you very quickly. They're looking for more of the solo queue type engage comps, that the champions that find one opening, find one bit of CC, and they say, hey, we can all immediately jump on this, throw all of our damage together, the sort of R button go button comps that you're looking for with the, so you have the Braum or the Lucian, just a bunch of damage getting dumped out very up front. They got shut down a little bit in their last series against the picks like Tarek and Kindred, who of course say, that's a lot of incoming damage, I'm going to shut that down. So it's a little bit more difficult for them to get their comps off of something like that. So it'll be interesting to see if they adapt their strategy to something different, or if they're going to try a little bit more of the same aggression that they've been pulling out. Impulse, I don't quite have as good of a feel. Like I said in the beginning, they've changed up their roster since their last game, so a lot of the strategies and sort of inwoven ideas that they're pulling may not be the same. But it'll be interesting to see what they decide to pull if they have to answer to this aggression. We're going to see the picks and bans come out. We see the Graves Recon and Gangplank coming out on the side of Elyon Gaming. Impulse Esports looking for the Renekton and the Swain, looking to take away a lot of those bruisers and going for the Nocturne. Again, Nocturne, a very efficient champion for a lot of those, again, R button engages, saying this is how we want to start a fight on our terms. So they're going to take that away. And we're going to go with the Trundle pick from Tedious Sky. Trundle's been a very prevalent jungler in this meta, and I'm not surprised to see him sort of a general safe pick. You have a lot of power in the Trundle engage. The Frozen Pillar, very good for being able to start a fight on your own terms, get people locked away from each other, get them slowed down, and then Trundle himself, a very tanky, beefy frontliner, able to steal the tankiness of other people, really get himself on the board and get fight started, and especially the synergy with other melees. But on the side of Impulse, we're going to see Darius and Kindred get taken down. Two very strong picks, and it's very interesting to see Impulse go for sort of generalistically strong picks. Darius, a very overbearing champion that has a lot of power in his own right. a very highly contested top laner right now. He's able to sort of shove a lot of the competition out, do a lot of his own thing, and then really become just a menace in team fights. So you really can't ignore. He's cutting through people with his Q. He's applying bleed stacks, and all of a sudden people are just disappearing left and right off of his ultimate. Kindred, sort of a lot of the. She's, I believe, the go-to jungler right now. I don't know if she's a top pick, but she's in a very nice spot after her most recent set of buffs. So seeing Kindred get picked right now is not very surprising. A very strong pick, able to ramp herself up over the course of the game, get off some very nice early ganks with the slow power of her E, get into a kind of a nice carry force. So Kindred's a very nice pick here as well. Morgana and Gnar. Morgana, of course, is very strong support. Black Shield, most will say, is one of the best E buttons you can hit in the game. So seeing Morgana support to sort of bolster that engage, and seeing with the Gnar and the Trundle is very nice. So you can have Trundle just kind of run into a team and say, hey, here I am, you have to deal with me. On top of the Black Shield, so you can't pull him away or lock him down before he can get to somebody. So it's that much harder, and of course you have the Gnar engage. Gnar, a very reliable champion in the same rights. You have the ability to get into a team, be a very beefy frontliner, have a lot of those heavy CC skills that sort of shove people around, get fights moving the way you want them to. And Anivia, a very nice pick on the side of Impulse Esports to... Again, it's very nice to be able to control your own zone of the fight. The Kindred ultimate, along with the Anivia ultimate, there's a lot that they're going to force Elyon Gaming to sort of dance around and get around to find a fight on their terms, that they can't really just run through and do what they want. So it's very nicely played on their part, and we're going to get through the second round of bans here. And we've got Jin and Janna coming through. Of course, a lot of bot lane focused bans after the support has been picked on the side of Elyon Gaming, and the bot support are still to be picked on Impulse's side. So they're going to take out what they don't want to deal with on the Varus Caitlyn. So a lot of stuff left on the table. I believe C9 Sneaky played Lucian at least one, if not both games of their series that I last casted. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that come out of him for their sort of aggressive comp. But we're going to see the Thresh come out for Impulse Esports side. I kind of like Thresh for this. I like the ability for Thresh to make a catch. Anybody that gets caught out by a Thresh hook will definitely find a bit devastated between the Darius combo, the Anivia lockdown. It'll be hard for anybody to really answer that, even the tanky Trundle or Gnar. We're going to see the Sivir come out for C9 Sneaky. It's an interesting choice. I think Sivir catches a lot of flack in this meta right now. Of course, the sort of contemporary crit marksman falling a little bit out of favor, and some of them getting a side blown on buffs. Sivir getting nothing quite as noticeable as the 2-second cooldown reduction on Boomerang Blade, which matters a little bit in her more cooldown-oriented builds. But herself as an AD carry is a very interesting spot. She has a lot of power in the initial engage with the On the Hunt ultimate, as well as her ability to really knock down towers, the auto attack reset on her W, and the ability to spread an auto attack that you've thrown at a tower to spread it to nearby minions with the W, so she can clear out waves while attacking towers. Very, very effective for her. So we're gonna go with that. We're gonna see the Zoe come through on Elyon Gaming side as well. Zoe, of course, is just a very strong mid laner. There's really no two ways of looking around it. Zoe is very strong, has the ability to make people disappear. They were actually hovering the LeBlanc right before the Zoe, and they decided, well, we're just going to kind of do this a little better right now, because Zoe is so overwhelmingly powerful. She's been kind of had her power level kept in line here and there, but she's seeing a lot of success in mid lane, so it's not surprising to see her come out here. And the last answer from Impulse Esports we're going to see is the Ezreal, another fairly contestable pick. Ezreal, very strong, has the ability to control his damage from a faraway range. It's very interesting, though, to see the Ezreal pick into the Sivir, because Sivir is very well known for having the ability to heavily shove in a lane, and Ezreal is notoriously not a great champion at answering that. Doesn't really have a lot of consistent wave clear, just the Mystic Shot and the auto attacks. So it'll be interesting to see if this sneaky poly bot lane looks to put a little bit of early aggression on the Menos, or if you have the spell shield on Sivir and the black shield on Morgana, it's going to be very hard for Pei to find a Thresh hook that'll really find somebody that he can really make an engage off of in this 2v2 bot lane. So it'll be interesting to see if there's some jungle action down there, or if Sneaky and Poly are going to try to make moves to get things going in their favor. But regardless, I like the comps that are built here. Elyon Gaming going with a lot of their tried and true. They have the Gnar Trundle engage now bolstered by a Black Shield. Zoe trying to pop people from the back, and Impulse just going for what looks like comfort picks, really. Just very well-regarded champions in their role, and just kind of looking to come in and play better League of Legends, I think. So that is what I'm expecting to see out of a lot of these games.
Yeah, and you did mention earlier that Trundle has a really good engage. He also can disengage very well on top of that. So he could definitely come in and, help his teammates get out of situations that they weren't supposed to be in to begin with. And hopefully that will work a little bit for the side of ELG as far as like just getting away from, fights that you just didn't want to initiate in the first place.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, sorry. A lot of engage. The interesting thing is comparing the on paper amount of engage. You have the ability for Trundle and Gnar to both find and engage. There really isn't a lot of engage on the side of Impulse Gaming. You have the Darius pull, and you have the Thresh hook. They're fairly reliable, but they're not as great as the Gnar sort of jumping in and going for the ultimate, throwing people to the wall, throwing people to the side. So there's a lot more, and of course they're mostly single target unless Darius gets some incredible flash pull. So they're very negatable by a Black Shield if you can see a Thresh hook incoming. So it'll be very interesting to see how well Elyon Gaming uses the amount of engage they really have. They can, even off of a Zoe bubble, they have something so simple to really start a fight to try to catch Impulse off guard and see if that's what they're going to go for in their game plan.
Yeah, Impulse, they don't have like as much engage for sure. So I think that they're just going to try to go for picks early game, and as long as ELG doesn't get picked off in the jungle, I think that they should be able to win most of their team fights.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but we'll be getting into game soon, so we will be right back with you guys, and we'll be heading to a commercial break here. So catch you guys later.
My name is Tim Borseth, and I own and operate Games XP in Decorah, Iowa. Games XP is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids, and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The Game XP motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa, and check out Games XP and experience this geek gaming paradise.
Welcome everyone, we are here. We've got Elyon Gaming versus Impulse Esports. We are dead in the middle of the action here, and we had a couple technical issues to go through. We're going to see a Sleepy Trouble go down the Darius. We're going to go in for the follow-up. The auto attack wakes him up. He might actually get out of here. I don't know where he's going to head. He's going to go for the recall. Someone's got to look over there. Oh no! Is he going to make it? No, throw the pillar! Oh my lord, he makes it out.
Oh my god.
That being said, we're going to keep it going with the action. Like I said, we're going to get in there real quick. But we've got a little bit of a lead getting built up by Impulse. But we're going to look for the Engager. They find the Kindred. That goes down. The Flame misses. They're going to look for the Dodger. Goes for the ultimate from the Astral. They find the kill. Diamond 2 is going to pick it up. Going to go for the kill. See a little more action here. He turns around for the Darius ultimate. He finds the Gnarl to go into the wall, and he gets the shutdown. Trundle's gonna find that they'll take their Hottie Williams gonna pick up that kill on Ligma. Little redemption to follow up. trying to even up a little bit this turret gold. We saw Elyon Gaming actually took the first tower in this exchange, and they're going to look for another one here. The Impulse is going to respond with the tower of their own. They're going to try to get the second tower. The Nivea Q is going to come through. He might find the stun, finds the combo on Hottie Williams. The tower goes down. They might look flashes on Evil Wonder, goes for the pillar from behind. I don't think Tedious Guy has the muscle to follow this up. They're actually going to turn around. Evil Wonder finds the Q, finds the kill on a Tedious Guy. Hottie Williams can't walk over the Nivea ultimate, has to get out of there. Gonna disengage from that and walk out.
Yeah, Anivia has really good wave clear, so she was able to clear that out and kind of like hold her own in that fight.
Gonna dodge out of the bubble. Hottie was actually gonna flash away from it. Jur's gonna try to not get hooked by Pidgey here. Flashes away. Gets the spell feed movement speed. His Pay tries to follow through. Can't get a hook. A little more in the bot lane. Oh, Pidgey's coming. They find the flash play on Zoe. Goes to the ultimate. They try to find where she's going. Doesn't get anything out of it. Goes down. Menno's gonna find a kill there. 4-0-3 on this Ezreal. Building up a nice little power spike for him as that Frozen Gauntlet. Looking to build into the Manamute next. Diamond too easy. Looking for something here on Sneaky. Finds the E-Slow. Doesn't spell shoot it down, but he's going to get turned on here. He hasn't dropped the ultimate here. Drops the ultimate. Sneaky standing inside of it. But here comes the Morgana ultimate to lock him up. Actually dodges out the Morgana ultimate. Looking for more. Sneaky dodging Lucas hook. Flashes for it anyway. Finds the ultimate kill. Polly's got to walk away now. Has to watch out for the Darius. Getting the... But here comes Tedious Guy. Comes through it. Gonna find the kill on Enigma. They're gonna turn around Diamond too easy. Doesn't have the Kindred ultimate available. Doesn't find the kill. Polly's gonna walk up there, has the snare, and finds the kill off the minions. Goes for the shutdown. And a nice little exchange comes through. 2 for 1 on the side of Elyon Gaming.
Yeah, Impulse is definitely getting the picks off that they need in this early to mid game, just because of the lack engage that they have compared to Elyon Gaming. So they've actually gotten a gold lead from that.
Yeah, let's say they're breaking down a couple towers here. They're going for the third tower here. Threshold narrowly misses, but they're going to lose a tower in response for that. 3-3 on the towers here. Goes for the bubble, narrowly misses. Hottie was looking for the follow, but he's not going to find it. A little back off here. Impulse comfortable with the lead they built up now. They're sitting at roughly 2k, but on the same time, we're going to see Elyon Gaming look for this Mountain Drake, and I believe they've got their full squad here. Not really worried about it. They're going to find their Mountain Dragon in response to the Mountain Cloud Drake on the side of Impulse Gaming. Looking for a little more here. Narrowly saving the life of his tower there.
Yeah, I think Ezreal's gonna get this one.
Jerd slides in there, gonna get caught down by Meadows, actually hooked up by Pay. They're gonna find the kill there. Evil Wonder finds it with the Nivea Q. A little bit of greed there, trying to find the kill on Diamond too easy, hoping the Palace Star AoE would get through to get to him, but it did not quite find him.
It looks like the Trundle's trying to set something up here, maybe?
Petty's gonna find the hook on Nara there, but he's got the bar building up with so much damage kind of new combo. Sneaky tries to pop the combo to run away from Ligma, but he's got so much move speed. Builds up from his own, he finds the ultimate, he turns on for the auto attack. Ligma's gonna find the kill on Sneaky. And now with 2 down on the side of Elyon Gaming, Impulse Esports is gonna look to find their 5th tower of the game here. Really pressing their advantage here. They're looking at about a 5k gold lead as Ligma's gonna look for the bottom tower here and maybe push it up to 6.
Yeah, with Impulse's recent roster changes, I do feel like they're doing better with their new roster than they were before. They are trying to push for objectives now, and they've actually been getting a lot of picks off as well.
We're gonna find the Ezreal ultimate cutting through here as they're gonna get locked away from the Baron. Pay finds the hook, actually gonna try to throw Hottie Williams, but he gets the black shield. Pay's gonna get locked up a little bit. Meadows trying to find it, Morgan on the side. Finds the kill, and they find the kill on Hottie Williams at the same time. They're gonna get the 2 for 1 there, and they're gonna stick to the Baron. Jared's gonna try to find something on the side, narrowly misses the Paddle Star on Pay, but they're gonna find the kill off the side of Sneaky anyway. They're gonna go through, finds the Trouble Bubble onto Anivia, doesn't go for the follow-up though. Finds the cleanse to get through. Tedious Sky looking for the kill on Eboy Wonder, but they're gonna get the Kindred ultimate up here. They gotta worry about this. Eboy Wonder's a little bit stuck, finds the stun, but that's not enough for the follow-up. Jared's gotta watch out for the combo from Anivia, finds the double kill. It's not enough for them to work out. Sneaky, you gotta get yourself out of there. they're going to walk out with the Baron buff. I didn't even catch that they took the Baron on the side of that before they even got it back into that fight, but they definitely took the Baron on top of it.
Yeah, I feel like Impulse is putting out a lot more damage than I initially thought that they would be. Like, that was a lot of damage coming out of the Nivea and as well as the Kindred.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was very interesting. You saw just the way they all turned for that fight, and you saw the Ezreal ultimate doing the initial amount of damage. Really put a nice chunk in Hottie Williams. Really only has the Mercury Treads for Matters. It's important to note that Ezreal's ultimate, despite having 80 scaling, still deals magic damage. So it did a nice chunk through him before they even started the engage. Pei finding a nice hook onto the Trundle to get him into the fight to give start. Even though he got the Black Shield to dodge out that flay, so many members of Impulse were able to immediately turn on him and make the follow-up there that it was so hard for them to commit to one of their engage tools. Like I said, there's so few ways for this side of Impulse Gaming to really make a catch. It was really just Thresh Hook or a Darius pull, but they find that Thresh Hook and it's impactful because that is basically what the skill is called. It's a death sentence for whoever gets caught here. Diamond Too Easy narrowly finding the kill on them on the side. Hottie was actually going to bite him down before he can drop the ultimate. He didn't have the ultimate available, so of course he would drop it. However, they're going to find the killer. Sneaky's going to walk out with his life. One Baron buff down on the side of Impulse Gaming, but they're still doing quite a bit of damage. They're looking to get another tower down in the side lanes as they push in the waves.
It looks like they've sent Darius
Ollie actually getting walled out.
split push.
Jared finds a bubble on the side, but so many members on Elyon Gaming side still have to commit to this top lane. Got a Nivea wave play really coming through on these minions. They can't even deal with this siege minion right now. Oh, Morgana bubble will do it. Oh, there we go. He's always gonna blow it up with one skill. Ooh, Pei actually narrowly avoiding that. E-Boy Wonder's gonna actually take out Jared on the side before he can even enter this fight. The Nivea combo narrowly catching him at the tip. Hottie Williams getting walled out of that fight as he can't really find an engage. Pei not finding the hook he's looking for. He'll burning down onto the Morgana pool. You see a little more action in the top lane. Ligma's trying to look for this tower. Trying to ignore this Gnar and get some damage on that tower. Actually takes it out in 2 hits. Gonna try to find the engage on Gnar now. Gnar, pretty beefy. Narrowly misses the stun. Jumps away now. Hottie Williams on the side. He flashes for him. He's looking for the ultimate. He drops the ultimate on Hottie Williams. It's not enough. He finds the pull on 2. He was looking for a Q, but he's not going to get the heal. He's going to go down. But it gives his team enough time to go for the inhibitor in the bot lane. 3 there and 2. The Sivir ultimate's going to get popped. They're looking for more. They're not able to really give chase here. They don't have the manpower to really get a fight started. Hottie Williams really low on HP here. And Impulse is going to make a nice little casual walk out of Elyon Gaming's base. Sleepy Bubble's going to come down on Nivea, but there's not going to be a follow-up for it. Jared looking for it. Pei is going to block the shot here. Whoa, he flashes! And Diamond finds the kill on a poly out of a single, or a pair of auto attacks there. Very nicely done. And they're looking to take down another inhibitor. They're looking to just trash as much of Elyon Gaming's base as they can before they make their way out. They did all the damage they could with the Baron buff. Actually, the bro's going to come in on Jared as he flashes himself out. Going to look for the turnaround. Gets blocked out by a minion. Hottie Williams trying to do what he can to get in there. Has the ultimate down on the stretch again. Actually, Jared's going to take the kill before the Kindred ultimate comes down. 3 standing inside, but Diamond Too Easy trying to cart around, trying to get things moving. Diamond Too Easy is actually going to take out Jared as he goes down. Finds the return kill going into Sneaky's pocket as he puts some money down there. Turnaround kill, and Nivea's going to find onto Tedious Sky. Very nice amount of damage coming out of E-Boy Wonder. Kills flying all around the place. Elyon Gaming's base is crumbling around them. Impulse Gaming doing an absolutely beautiful job, extending their goalie to about 11k now.
Yeah, something you don't want to do is get split up when you're 10 kills behind and almost 10k in gold behind. And Impulse decided to split push, which wasn't in favor of EDS there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was just one after the other. There's so many things to watch out for when you're down in a disadvantage like that, where you have to worry about multiple lanes getting pushed in. You have the threat of the Darius top. You had the 3-in-1 hovering bot. So you have to watch out for the engage threats coming out of Impulse side, as well as say who can deal with this Darius. I mean, you look at him and he's a 4/5/4 Darius with 2.5 items built, and shouldn't be that threatening, but so many people on the side of Elyon Gaming are so behind that it was really rough for them to even say that they could commit just one to really stopping him. They couldn't. It didn't even stop him from taking the tower, despite Tedious Sky's best efforts. So it was really rough for them to deal with these multiple threats once they were behind in gold, behind in resources.
Yeah, you just you don't want to fight when you're that far behind. It's just never really a good idea. But when you're being forced to fight like that, you can't really do much about it. You have to, contest those objectives, and you need to try to defend your inhibitors and your nexus.
Yeah, let's say they're looking for more here. They're just trying to break down this last inhibitor. Jerd actually going to try to find a way in. Actually, Hottie Williams going down, trying to take him as much as he can. Polly's going to find the ultimate in the hourglass. We're going to walk away from it. They're going to take the kill. Gets turned around. Tedious guy trying to get in there in an R combo. Nobody on this Elyon Gaming team is strong enough to really make an impact here. A triple kill going for Diamond 2 Easy. Looks for Jerd here. Gets slipped down with the bubble. It's enough to find the kill. A quadra kill coming through for Diamond 2 Easy as they look for the rest of this game. And they're going to take down these towers, take down this game, and game one is going to go to Impulse Esports. A very convincing game after the explosive mark that we sort of walked in on. I was not even a 2K lead that we were watching into, and then we just watched one thing after the other just roll into Impulse Esports' favor.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we got to see like what happened in laning phase before we jumped into this game, but it does seem as though Impulse was just able to get the picks that they needed to, get everyone on their team, at least like somewhat fed to where their team comp could work in their favor. Like we said in Champion Select, Elyon Gaming, they had the aggressive comp. It's just they needed to not get picked off by Impulse, and unfortunately that seemed to be what happened during laning phase.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a lot of what we talked about. Looking at the side of Impulse Gaming, they had the side of Impulse Esports. I apologize. They had so many single ways to find and start just a very small skirmish that it worked out for them. That what they were looking for really just fell into their hands enough times that you make 1, 2, 3, 4 catches onto enough people in Elyon Gaming, and you take an aggressive comp like that and you put it behind, where it's you get put in that situation where you want to be on an aggressive comp that can just hit their go button and they can say, we are stronger than you and we're forcing a fight. You have to answer our fight and you don't have the damage to do it. But if you get put behind on a comp like that, then you don't have the ability to say, we're starting a fight, everybody come to the fight, we'll walk over them for free. It doesn't get to happen for them. So you just saw them, you were sitting on it early, and I watched a little bit of what was going on before we jumped to the cast, and Elyon Gaming was honestly ahead for a while. They were ahead, I believe, 6-4 in kills. They were finding early kills. Their aggression of their comp was really working out, but it fell out of their favor when they started playing into the hands of these sort of single picks and the rotations of this Impulse Esports comp, and it didn't really work for them. Once they fell behind, the Gnar power, Trundle couldn't really run into anybody. He just got walled off by Anivia, blown up by enough damage coming into him that he couldn't really answer it. So it's another issue with running a sort of a dangerous, explosive comp that Elyon Gaming really likes to run here. They like running the damage in your face, but if you get the break put on you early, you can't really go anywhere off of it, and you're just constantly weaker and playing from behind, and you're forced to be the one to make these catches. And if you're not able to make them, then it becomes that much harder to really get your comp moving and get your teammates rolling.
Yeah, and as far as I could see, like mid to late game, Impulse did have better vision control in the jungle, and that is a big contributor to, just them being able to get the picks that they need to, scale very well into the late game. And I feel like maybe if Elyon Gaming had tried to, maintain a little bit more vision control, at least in their side of the jungle, then they probably could have, prevented a lot of those picks that had happened in the early game.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of the ability to make those moves early game is the power you get in knowledge, especially from vision, and just sort of the awareness of the enemy jungler, the overall notions of laners and what they're looking to do and how quickly they can converge onto a spot in the jungle, things like that. The sort of minor interactions is very important to the overall picture of where you want to go in the early game and really make things happen and get things rolling for your team. And Elyon Gaming as a whole really has to pick up their ability to say, we've made these aggressive picks, we've picked these very CC heavy champions, we want to get a little more aggressive out of the jungle, we want to get a little more ganks rolling, find some 3v2 2v1 situations where we can gain the upper hand, because even though our champions may not be as strong, we have these sort of combined CC to really knock down these champions, really find the early kills, get our compositions rolling, and get a lot in our favor. And it really starts with the vision moving through the jungle and a lot of the ability to come out of the jungle and make these plays happen. But we're looking to get into game 2. We have I believe we have a substitution support from the side of Impulse Esports. But once we pick that up, we'll be getting in the game. So thanks for hanging out with us. I believe our technical issues have been smothered for now, so that'll be nice. On that note, we are still going here. Yes. We are back. Thanks for joining us, people. We are back at Elyon Gaming versus Impulse Esports. We're getting here into game 2. We did not have a substitution pay. He actually returned from the void, so we'll be playing once again on Impulse Esports. We'll be getting here into picks and bans here very shortly. Hopefully we'll see a little bit different drafting. I mean, I talk a lot about what Elyon Gaming looks for in their comps, and I don't expect them to change. They're definitely headstrong in there. We're going to pick our aggressive comp and we're going to try to roll into the early game and get it going. So I expect to see a lot more of that from them, maybe adjusting a little bit of their bans to get those really top heavy picks off the side of Impulse Esports, something like that. But we'll see what goes on when we get in there. We should be starting very shortly. Thank you for joining us. Again, this is a best of 3. This is game 2. And I'm Skyson, joined by Quasars.
Hi.
I just want to see it. I'm trying to remember the bans from last game. I know Gangplank was banned. It was Gangplank, Rakan, Graves.
Nar was banned. No, wait, no.
What?
No, it wasn't. No, Nar was played. I'm sorry. I was thinking of the last game that I casted. Sorry. They banned out Cinco's Nar. It made us all really sad.
Yeah, Elyon Gaming banned out Graves, Jin, Janna, from the other 2 that I said. I just said it. Can't remember. I literally just said them, and those are the 5 they banned. And Impulse banned Swain, something else. They banned stuff. We're gonna see if the bans swap up. I just want to get into the picks and bans. Everyone's ready. I'm asking, we're ready. Who else is ready? Are you ready? I hope you viewers out there are ready, because I know I'm ready.
Yeah, I expect to see a Kindred ban after last game.
Yeah. Kindred definitely shut down a lot of what they want to do, and Diamond Too Easy did have a very nice performance on the Kindred last game. Definitely finding a lot of those early picks, so much power in that champion's kit to just find a target, sort of jump towards them and really maul them down.
Yeah, I feel like the Kindred was a really big threat to Elyon Gaming, so I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. If I were playing for them, I'd push for that ban for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely something they want to get rid of. So we're gonna see where it goes here. Swain banding gonna come out again on the side of Impulse Gaming. Swain's, I don't know, Swain's a good generalistic pick. I believe Jared plays a lot of Swain, so I'm not too surprised to see that go away. Just sort of taking out a bit of his comfort picks. He had a little bit of missteps on the Zoe last games, sort of miscalculating a bit of his maximum range paddle stars, not quite finding the targets that he wanted. So it showed that he may not have been as comfortable on that champion as something like the Swain they took away. Graves banding going to come through again. Renekton banding going to come through on the side of Impulse. So a lot of the same bands that we're seeing last game. Not seeing too much adaptation in these first couple rounds, but we'll see what happens from here. Again, I don't think Impulse Gaming is really looking to change up their bands at all or make anything different happen to their composition. Worked out for them just fine, really.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was too much of a threat for them.
And there they go. They're going to
As far
ban
as
out.
I could see.
Yeah, I was going to say they did a pretty nice job of answering basically every threat that was coming their way. So they're going to take out the Nocturne.
I have his Halloween skin, the spooky one.
Oh, the spooky, the bedsheet Nocturne.
Yeah.
I think I have Frozen Terror. Super cold man. I haven't played Nocturne in a hot minute. People told me he was good, and I was like, I don't believe you. I played him because he was fun. Ooh, the Darius band to come out. Okay, they did. They adapted. They took away both the Darius and the Kindred. Both very overbearing, overwhelming forces on the side of this, but they're going to leave the gangplank open, and Blake was going to take that without a second thought. You go for the good old pirate.
He has a spooky skin too, actually.
He does. It is just as goofy as Bedsheet Nocturne.
I love the spooky skins.
It's a good line. And we're going to, I was going to say, the Recon was banned out by Elyon Gaming last time, so they're actually going to take it for themselves this time. They're going to put Polly on the Recon support. Recon, a he's such a great support, honestly, especially for organized play like this, where you can announce to everybody that, hey, I'm going to go in. It's very frustrating as a support player to be Recon sometimes and jump in and nobody knows what you're doing or knows why you're doing it, and you charm 3 or 4 people and then just kind of like look at you, and I'm like, hit your buttons on them. Actually, they're gonna take the Xayah Rakan. Of course, the famous power couple, just as strong as a couple in game as they are in all of the lore. Xayah Rakan.
Hashtag relationship goals.
Right. A lot of their ability to cut through a lot of bot lanes and a lot of power in both defensive and offensive that this bot lane offers you is not surprising to see. I think he definitely likes his share of aggressive bot laners, and having the added ability of that Rakan to deal with is very nice. We're going to see the Lee Sin come through on Diamond Too Easy. Going to switch off from that ramping damage from Kindred, and we're going to see him on the Lee Sin trying to make the early plays, trying to make the sort of absolute domination that he wanted to bring to the last game come out a little bit quicker. And of course, E-Boy Wonder is going to sit back on the Anivia. Of course, I feel like it's a thing. You see a lot of Anivias. I mean, not that you see a lot of Anivia, but a lot of Anivia players you see are very comfortable and very familiar with playing Anivia. And that's generally what they want to look for when they have the ability to play it. So I'm not too surprised to see Anivia come back again as sort of a blind pick mid. Just a very generalistically good pick. But we're going to see the LeBlanc come out from Jerd. He swapped off the LeBlanc for the Zoe last game, but he's going to go for the LeBlanc this time. And LeBlanc, a very threatening mid laner, has, ever since they've reverted her abilities back to the sort of first off iteration of LeBlanc, sort of the bursty in your face mage. She's got a lot of upfront damage to deal with in lane, and it's very easy to play a very aggressive playstyle with her and look for a lot of those early plays to make things fall in your favor. So it's not too surprising to see the LeBlanc to get through that early mid game, try to find some people, pop them off on the side, and we're going to see the Trundle band come through. on the side of Impulse. They're going to take away the Jinjana again on the side of Elyon Gaming. So apparently they weren't really a fan of the Trundle. I believe Trundle was making a little bit of their plays. I think he even had a pretty decent. I think it was like 3-1 early on before the game really tilted out of their favor. So apparently the Trundle was making a couple waves for them to deal with. So they want to get rid of it there. And they're going to take out the Jarvan after that. Another aggressive jungler. They can really make some plays here.
No, the LeBlanc is. I feel like she's gonna give Anivia a little bit of trouble in the mid lane. Just making it harder for Anivia to land her stuns on LeBlanc.
Yeah, so LeBlanc having that mobility makes it not very. It's a thing. It's interesting. You talk about mobility against Anivia and how she has difficulty dealing with, but a lot of mid lane champions have very telegraphed patterns of movement, and I mean, as close as you can get with LeBlanc to get through an Anivia like Q, or even post 6 when Anivia is just shoving out a wave with her ultimate, you have to move in a relatively predictable pattern with LeBlanc to either want to straight go through the ultimate and risk taking an E combo, or to get around the ultimate, and you sort of control where LeBlanc can move to get to you and make it a little bit easier for yourself to set up your skill combos. So I don't think it's an impossibility for Anivia to deal with LeBlanc in lane. It's relatively difficult as it is with all champions to deal with LeBlanc for the sort of immobile mage, but I think that there are ways that you can sort of corral LeBlanc into moving certain ways in your favor to sort of do what you want on Anivia and really get things going. And a lot of Anivia aficionados are really capable in that. You really see them doing a nice job with the way they use skills to herd minions and control the enemy movement in their favor. So it'll be very interesting to see that mid lane matchup. Jerd has been known for playing his mid laners very aggressively, and we've seen a little bit of. We haven't really seen eBoy Wonder's laning so much as we see him in the post laning. He's very proficient at setting up the Anivia combos. He caught a lot of people out on the very edge of the frost flash fire, the ultimate skill. He catches a lot of people on the edge of that. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays out this laning against the aggressive LeBlanc. And the bot lane coming out on the side of Impulse Esports, we're going to see the Kai'Sa Nami. Nami, a very overbearingly powerful support in the laning phase especially, has a lot of power between the ebb and flow, the ability to give the auto attack modifier to Kai'Sa, who herself is a very strong champion in the bot lane, has a very early spike in power going to the mid game. So having that boost of damage from the Nami, even if they make a catch off this Aqua Prison on something as defensive as the Rakan, they have a lot of potential to really cause a devastating amount of damage in this lane. So they're looking to take away a little bit from the more defensive comp of the Ezreal from last game. Really looking to make their mark in this bot lane and try to find a fight here. So the Kai'Sa Nami will be. It's interesting to see how this Kai'Sa Nami decides to try to answer this the Xayah Rakan bot lane out of Elyon Gaming. And then there's Cho'Gath, I guess. Or no, I'm sorry. Gragas was the final pick for Elyon Gaming. Gragas is I think Hottie Williams has a proficiency in Gragas. I believe I've seen him play it in a couple games. Has a very nice ability to start fights on crazy terms, setting people up, throwing them away with the Gragas ultimate, finding the body slams to make some catches on people, some flash body slam plays, all of it very nicely put in his kit. So again, we're seeing a nice little, we're going to fight you with beefy guys and a lot of protection for the Xayah on the backline out of Elyon Gaming.
Yeah, and I would like to point out that as a support main, I actually really like the Kai'Sa Nami duo bot. I feel like that was a good answer to the Xayah Rakan. Just if Nami can try to, get her bubbles off on Xayah rather than trying to go for the Rakan, then that's a more secured kill for that bot lane. And if you get the Kai'Sa snowballing, then she scales, I feel like, a little bit better than Xayah does. So it would be good to have a fed Kasai on the side of Impulse Gaming there.
Yeah, I agree. I understand that. I'll talk a little bit more on what I think about what we're seeing that if we can get. We'll be getting in the game very shortly. We've got a little bit of a countdown here, so we'll be shooting over to a commercial break, and we'll catch you guys in a little bit.
My name is Tim Borseth, and I own and operate Games XP in Decorah, Iowa. Games XP is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids, and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The Game XP motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa and check out Games XP and experience this geek gaming paradise.
Hey, we are here. We are at Game 2 of Elyon Gaming vs. Impulse Esports. We're at 1-0 Impulse Esports, and we will be getting in right into the action. People are buying items, and we are getting onto the field.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the bot lane on the side of Impulse play out. I really feel like the Nami helps the Kaisa a lot with the attack speed buff and the movement speed buff that she has, and then also their lane sustain would be really good as well. So I kind of want to see how the Xayah and the Rakan are able to deal with that.
We're see. It's interesting. You see a lot of Rakan in general, and I don't know if it's sort of a generalistic thing. But you see the Rakans that start Spell Thief versus the ones that start Coin be a very telling tale of what they want to do. Because Rakan versus more Spell Thief supports isn't very poke heavy, and especially against Nami Kaisa, you don't really have the agency to harass. Nami will out trade you with ebb and flow, and if you get near Kaisa, you will take damage. So the Spell Thief on Rakan really tells the tale of a Rakan that wants to find these engages. He has the Aerie, so he's able to give the shields and do a little bit of extra damage versus the Aftershock. You typically see the Aftershock on the ones that want to find the W engages and go for things like just the active enter a fight and really knock people up and get things started on his terms. But it'll be interesting to see. So we're going to see a little bit of action out here. We're going to find a double knockup on the Rakan. They're going to look for a little more. Sneaky actually finding the feathers. Going through Meadows. Petty, I have to do a little bit of answer. Nice bit of damage coming through on both AD carries there. But of course, you're going to see the more reliable heal of Petty is going to keep Meadows nicely healed up here. Poly, he has a knockup. Poly doesn't have the heal available. Or the Q heal.
Yeah, personally, I love starting heal on Nami just because you don't know what you're going to run into. And if the other team decides to invade, then, it gives you that bonus movement speed so you can help a teammate get out.
Yeah, but say it's generally the go-to level 1-0. We're going to see something earlier. I was talking about this. Here comes Hottie Williams looking from behind Ligma. He's going to try to flash away, but he's going to get the slow from the barrel. He's looking on the Tedious Sky right now. Gets knocked up. I don't think he's going to be able to make it happen here. His flash goes down. Actually, flash is going to grab Tedious Sky. Hottie Williams trying to find, but Ligma's going to walk through the minion wave. Actually, Hottie Williams is going to get shot down. Ligma doing a nice job there. Doing just enough damage to Tedious Sky to force his flash out there and turn it around. Not going down. Very nice there in that game plan, having the ability to keep himself healthy off of that remove screw. We're actually going to see a flasher. Diamond too easy. Finds the flash, finds the Q, goes for the first blood. Tedious Guy finds the knockup, but he's low. He's got to watch out here. Diamond too easy could look for another Q and actually take him out. He smites the cart from the top, and you're not going to find anything. I think he's going to back off. Very nice little snipe on the side there from Diamond Too Easy. That's what we were talking about. We're looking for the early plays on this Lee Sin to really shut the Elyon Gaming out of their game.
Yeah, I think Gragas is kind of playing bot side, trying to come down and help them out. Because I mean, Desire and not Desire, sorry, the Kasai and the Nami are actually kind of pushing up now. So we see Gragas at his wolves. He could be going blue and then bot lane to try to help them out. Because it does look like they are having like a little tough of a time.
Ooh, they're gonna flash the knock up here, but they're gonna turn around on Polly. Actually look for sneaky here. Crosses up for the shield, and they're gonna try to look for it. Finds it, he doesn't find a snare. Hottie Williams gonna slide in there, finds the slow into Pei. They're gonna look for a little more. Pei's gonna drop the flash here. Doesn't have any real available cooldowns to get another CC down. Hottie was looking, he's gonna end up walking away there. Meadow's not able to find the plasma proc. A little bit of stagnation in this bot lane, of course. It's rough. You're looking at the very reliable sustain coming out of Pei's Nami. He actually popped the heal there in that last engage as well. So just so much ability for the two of them to really keep themselves alive. Versus Polly, who has to really... It's tough for Rakan to land the Gleaming Quills here in a lane like against Nami Kaisa, where there's so much ability for them to stay behind minions and reliably hit their skills and not worry about minions themselves. All of Nami's skills able to pierce through minions or ignore minions completely. Kaisa has the ability or sort of nice range on auto attacks. The Q not so reliably, but still able to really use her movement speed and the movement speed gain from Nami to really get close and make things happen behind minions. So it's a lot rougher for Rakan to not want to just full engage off of a W instead of trying to find the poke for this heal. So it's rougher for him to keep Xayah sustained versus Nami, who just has hit W on top of Menos.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like Coin would have been a little bit better for Rakan, just like with the lane that he has to be in. And I did see earlier that the LeBlanc was trying to roam down and help out bot lane as well, but was a little bit too late. So I feel like if she had roamed down, you know, just a little bit sooner, they could have maybe like tried to tower dive and get one of them at least. But she was at Dragon when you know, Kasai and Nami decided that it was time to back out, and they were like safely under their tower. So she turned around and went back mid lane.
Yeah, you see it here. It's happening here. Jerd has to actually W into the minion wave. Gets a nice little bit of damage to Evo, but takes a ton of damage from minions, and you saw it there. The way she was controlling the minions off of the ultimate, it really didn't give Jerd a lot of freedom of mobility. Had to kind of dodge around the ultimate to avoid an E-cast. Did a sizable amount of damage, got the ultimate available afterwards. I think the only reason he didn't full commit to that engage is because he didn't have ultimate, but they're going to look for a little more here. Diamond Too Easy, not finding the Q on the Jerd. Gonna get the ward out of that.
Something that didn't cross my mind really in Champ Select was that with the Anivia wave clear, it makes it really hard for LeBlanc to roam.
The knock up and the stun coming through on both sides from the supports. So nice amount of traded damage. Mena's gonna walk a little bit less for wear on the side of that trade, but of course has an Nami sustain here. Polly finding a nice clinic cool back there. They're gonna look for more. Fat flash W comes out. Menos gets the movement speed to get himself through. Hottie Williams on the backside, not really able to make anything happen. Nice presence of mind by Menos, able to answer that flash W by Polly, not quite finding the engage they're looking for. Hottie Williams finding Diamond Too Easy on the side, actually. Diamond Too Easy has the size of He actually might turn this around, but Nami's there. Pei finds the heal. He smites the dragon to get a heal, but he's not enough. Nice rotation by Pei. His Diamond finds the kill there. Actually, a turn on Polly to get himself out of there.
Yeah, both mid laners were actually going to help as well, but it seems that they were both a little bit late as well. So they're back mid lane trying to, you know, make something happen. It looks like.
Yeah, I was gonna say we see the side of Impulse really making this sort of slow choke here. They're looking to sort of outplay the lanes and across the board. You see Ligma in the top lane is really, you see he's got that comfort on that Gangplank, especially able to escape that gank earlier and really putting the pressure on TD Sky and the Shogath. has a bit of advantage on items. Again, Polly looks for the engage and gets shut down by that movement speed Manos gains from the E-cast. Even with all he has to do is find the knock up there. He has someone following him up each time, but it's so rough for him to find something there. It's not really working out for him.
Yeah, well, with the Nami heal, you know, and the bonus movement speed, it makes it really hard for him to be able to catch them because Nami's reaction time as far as Rakan knockups go are actually really good.
Honey Williams flashes for it. Gonna get Ligma's flash out of there. He drops the ultimate on himself to see if they were gonna commit to the engage, but they did not, and they backed off. So he got a Gangplank ultimate down. Not too worried about that global presence now. A nice little window of opportunity for Elyon Gaming to make something happen. Bubble's gonna land, and oh, we're gonna see Diamond too easy. Khan's gonna disappear before he can even follow. Actually, the flash kicks and it takes Eve for mine. Feathers fly as he gets knocked up by the Nami ultimate. Flashes for the E-stun. It's not enough as Menos finds the kill on the plasma proc. And they're gonna take a quick 2 kills there on the side of Impulse Esports.
Yeah, that was a really good prediction of the where the Xayah ulti was gonna end for Peggy there.
Yeah, so he
put it right underneath him.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate. Pei, I don't think he was really fishing for a bubble that entire laning phase, and the first time he finally lands on him in the bush, he immediately had Lee Sin behind him to follow up for a pair of kills. It's sort of just the unfortunate way. You play aggro, 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 and force them on the back pedal, and then once their aggression works out for them, it just sort of snowballs up from.
Well, Peggy actually landed the bubble on the Rakan from the bush, which initiated the Lee Sin ult, so Peggy kind of set that first kill up, and then his team was able to follow up and, you know, pick off the Xayah as well.
Yeah, you saw on the side for a while there, Sneaky was trying to return some damage onto the trio as they're engaging on the Rakan, knowing that he had the ultimate available afterwards to get himself out. But Diamond Too Easy having a nice reaction time there right after they found the kill to slide behind the Xayah and really get her kicked into the center of that fight and really throw her off even after she had all of her tools to get out of there. They're going to find the flash engage on the Menos. They're going for the ignite. Everyone, the ultimate, they're going to dump the kitchen sink and more on him. Finally finding that kill onto Menos, going into the hands of C9 Stinky. Nicely done on the side of Elyon Gaming, finally finding what they wanted. Actually, I said he used the flash, but he actually didn't. He just used straight up the WR combo on the Rakan. And very nice to be able to sort of bring the quickening to the target. And they're going to try to pound down this tower. Very important to note that the Xayah Rakan, along with all the other advantages they bring, the clean cuts on the Xayah gets mirrored onto the Rakan, so they get that much more damage to push down these towers. And they actually take their first tower. Elyon Gaming is going to immediately convert off of that, put a little bit of gold in the pocket. Rakan slides out of there, so more of it can slide. And Xayah, actually, we saw the combo damage from Anivia answering right into Jerd's face as he was approaching there. And like we were talking about, the ability for Anivia sort of aficionados to really see someone coming in and knowing that angle you can set up at and just set a stun right in front of you to really answer out. Very nicely done, B-Boy Wonder.
And it seems like they're setting up for maybe a 4v4 mid or trying to.
Looking for some action here. We just see a little more of this top lane action, but we're going to look for it here. B-Boy Wonder not finding a stun here. Diamond Too Easy looking on the side, finds the Q under LeBlanc. Might go for it. Nami ultimates Derek, slides in, gets knocked up by the Rakan. So many people on there. They're actually going to turn around. They find the kill on the Diamond Too Easy. Xayah slides out of there, gets caught up on the Nami bubble. Hottie Williams trying to do what he can to get him cut. Sneaky's going to ignite it down. That's going to find the kill. Jerd gets found on the side. Goes for the chain, but gets found out by the Kaisa combo. Hottie Williams actually getting found on the side. It's not going to be enough to kill him or anything, but he's find himself out of there. And a nice little 2-for-1. Nice little bit of gold getting put into Sneaky's pocket off of the shutdown from Diamond Too Easy. Actually lets him finish a Storm Razor, which is a very nice power spike on Xayah for several reasons. That champion absolutely loves getting more movement speed on top of the Clean Cuts passive that lets you gain movement speed when you're damaged to enemy champion with an auto attack. So Elyon Gaming, despite falling short on that engage, put a nice amount of money into the right pockets there to get Sneaky rolling, because they're really going to be, aside from getting found out by this Lee Sin, Sneaky Xayah is really going to be the sort of cornerstone to what they want here.
Yeah, I see that both teams are actually trying to get vision in the river.
Oh, Diamond Tweezy gets on the side of the block. Narrowly misses the chain. Jordan might keep looking here. They're going to knock out. Polly actually went for the Rakan ultimate and got kicked back around the same time. The charm not going through as Diamond Tweezy swept him away. So that's another ultimate down on the side of Elyon Gaming.
I feel like Gangplank's having a little bit of trouble top lane versus this Cho'Gath. He's just really beefy.
Well, it's sort of the paradigm of the matchup. It's Tedious Sky, while he's building into items that will help him, like the Righteous Glory against the Gangplank, he doesn't exactly have a gigantic pool of mana versus the cooldowns that Ligma really has available, having the remove Scrivy available to sort of heal himself up, get the CC down quite a bit. So I don't think he's too terribly worried about dying in this lane. I don't think Tedious Sky is able to harass him down enough to make a meaningful impact that will let him, get him into feast range and also have the mana available to really finish off the kill. So I don't think that's necessarily worrying. He's farming relatively well. He's about 30 CS ahead. He's finished his Trinity Force now, so he might actually be looking at going to swap lanes here now that they've got the threat power on the top lane. But if we see both sides swap and we see Cho'Gath go to this bottom, I think we might actually see Ligma work on something with this Trinity Force to start trying to damage this Cho'Gath. He only has the Righteous Glory, which of course is a nice tool in Cho'Gath's arsenal, but it may not work out for him if the damage on the Trinity Force Gangplank is a little bit too much for him to handle. And we see Diamond Too Easy getting caught on the side here. He's actually going to slide out on a ward. Polly's going to look for him as he slides back in, but Hottie Williams is here now. He's going to get caught up. He's going to get locked in by 3 to die. Greg's ultimate doesn't quite knock him. He's going to go for the flash after the ignite. The tick takes him down. Polly finds the kill. Very nicely done. They're going to flash out of there. Kills on the Diamond Too Easy are very important now. He has 100% kill participation. Right now, the Aqua's narrowly missing Polly. Gangplank ultimate's going to come down here as Ligma's going to walk in. Has that Trinity Force damage. He's really looking to make some impact. Hollywood's actually going to find the knockback on 2. Kai's going to slide in on Tedious Sky here. Finds the knockup, flashes, but he still gets caught by the knockup. It's a 5-side on Elyon Gaming. I don't think they're going to look for a fight here. You still have to respect the power of all the CC that's coming out of just the Cho'Gath and Gragas combined. The body slam knockback, the ultimate knockaway, it's not even Diamond Too Easy. Sort of early power spike on that Warrior Tiamat spike was really able to deal with anybody. Kind of got thrown around and set on fire before he was really able to make a response here. And Elyon Gaming is going to answer that by going for the Rift Herald here. Which of course is going to response Impulse Esports to look for the dragon. League is going to drop the flash away to get it from that knockup, which is very nice. Because he would definitely have the follow-up to go for a little bit more on him. He's going to escape with his life. As we see Impulse Gaming look for this tower, they're going to take that down pretty handily.
And I'd like to point out how much vision control Impulse has on the bottom side around the dragon. Like if anyone were to come and try to contest that, then they would know before they were even halfway there.
Silence coming through. W ultimate coming down. Ligma cleanses it off, but it's not enough. As we're talking about, so much CC coming out. Actually dropped the high. It was highly going to go down. And I think Ligma's going to walk away from this. They're just going to go for the tower here. Diamond Too Easy not quite fighting Rakan on the side. Has the backup from the Xayah. That's a lot of damage on Lee Sin. He gets kicked through. He's going to disengage there. He might look for the kill here, but he doesn't have the ultimate available. I don't think he has the damage. Diamond Too Easy is really trying to make something happen here. Maybe forcing it just a bit. Doesn't quite find an Rakan. I think he would have gone in on that one. A little more action dying down. We're seeing Elyon Gaming able to not fall into the pitfall of their towers going down around them and not being able to respond. They're responding in turn with towers. They're just a little bit behind in money from losing out on these fights. So it's good that they've got as much tower control that they're not going to be denied vision. They're not going to be so pushed back into their base that they're not able to respond to Impulse just dominating the vision game. Aquaman's going to go on the side under Rakan. Actually, the ultimate's going to come through, not quite find him, and is able to dot himself out of there. Nice save by Polly and a nice ultimate blown by Pei. The lovers are gonna slide out of there. Actually, Diamond on the side! Gonna find the kill. He tries to slide himself out, almost made it to keep himself alive. The Gangblade ultimate coming down as sneaky. Tries to find the Thunder's flying forward. Diamond finds the kill. Gonna go for the double there as they take out the Xayah behind the Gangblade ultimate. They're gonna take down the tower here. Here we go, we're watching Impulse moving as a unit here. Trying to get a little bit more of their dominating performance. They got 4 going in this top lane. They have to be answered very soon. They can't let them take another tower and extend this lead. The TP is gonna get canceled. They had so many forces around. And there you go, that early grouping, those early rotations. Impulse is just pounding the ability for them to make things happen in their favor and make things just... Everyone is in the right spot where they need to be. Diamond TVZ making those early plays. Really kicking off. He's 5-2 now in this Lee Sin. It's Audience tries to find him on the side. He gets kicked away. Polly's trying to find something happen here. Chases down in the W ultimate, not really able to get to him. I don't think they really have the damage to make a 2v1 happen there even, but he was looking for the ultimate anyway, didn't quite find it. They're gonna back off there. So right now we're looking at Elyon Gaming needing to make sure they stop the bleeding here. They're down now, as I just said. Now they're down 2 to 4 in towers. They have to worry about a little bit more of the map being opened up, and they're losing a Marvin engage. The Kai'Sa comes in on Jerd. He tries to flash back, but gets caught out by the Anivia ultimate. The barrel doesn't find the knockback as they stagger away from it, and he's actually going to go down here. Double kill's going to go into Menos' hands. So many members on the side of Impulse Gaming are spiking up here. TDS guys going to watch out for Ligma as he might be walking himself into the rest of the team. Naka's gonna down Ligma. Nami's coming down the side here. Doesn't find the Alchemist. He sidesteps it. Find the righteous glory to sidestep her and get away. Silences the Nami. Goes for the knockout. Finds the knockout on both of them. Actually, he's gonna get himself out of there. But now we're seeing it. Impulse Esports looking at every side of the map. They're looking to take both these tier 2 towers down. I don't know if TD Sky has the ability to really stop this, as they already get the T2 mid, and they're looking for it in the bot lane. Doing what they can to keep as many members boxed in on the side of Elyon Gaming here. Impulse Gaming absolutely looking to tear down this map on their side right now. Might actually even look to over the rotation, but now we see enough members of Elyon Gaming join the side. We're gonna see Polly gets walled up, stunned up, and needled up. It disappears before he can even finish getting his ward in the bush, as another kill goes into Menos' pocket here. And this is what we were worried about. We were worried about the power spike of this Kai'Sa to just absolutely take over into this mid game. The aggression in lane that they were able to put out. We're gonna see a little bit more here. Jerd tries to find Ligma. Gets in a block combo out, gets himself into melee range. The ultimate game like gets dropped a little bit low, but it's gonna get him enough moves to be actually Jerd's gonna flash there and goes to the W. Finds the kill on a Ligma. Very nicely done.
Yeah, and I would like to point out that the 2 Mountain Drakes are definitely helping Impulse siege the towers and get the objectives. They're trying to get Baron here, but I think that Elyon Gaming knows.
And they're gonna take the Rift out there. Sorry, I had a moment. We're gonna take the Rift out and they're gonna keep going down. Impulse looking to do what they can. That was not the Rift Herald, guys, and that was Baron. That was the very big Rift Herald that they just killed. Had to get up for a moment and come back down, so. Alright, and we're gonna look for a little bit more here. Impulse now has the Baron Welcome double Mountain Drake. They've got about a 10k lead. They're really looking to get around the map, get some moves made, and it's gonna be rough here for Elyon Gaming. They're gonna really need to figure out what numbers they can commit on what sides.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Impulse got at least like 2 towers out of this, because they have the 2 Mountain Drakes and the Baron buff now, and they've been winning all their team fights. So if they could group up, they could easily get, you know, an inhibitor turret and the inhibitor.
Looking for a little bit more. They're trying to find one solitary member. They drop E-Boy Wonder. Gets caught out a little bit out of place. Manos on this Kai'Sa so strong now, even to take out this tanginess on this Cho'Gath. A little bit of a misplay by the E-Boy Wonder, maybe a little bit of a show off on his part, but they're gonna keep going with it. They're gonna look for the tier 2 tower here. Gangplank heading up to that top lane to shove that one in, so they're looking to once again bring it in from 2 ends. They're gonna go for the 401. But of course, this comp that you have on the Elyon Gaming side has a little bit better wave clear than their last iteration, so it's not going to be too terribly difficult for them to have the proper answers for these.
It looks like Gangplank's trying to split push and keep the Cho'Gath distracted from team fights as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, the 4v4 without Cho'Gath is going to be hard on their side because they're not going to have access to that AoE knockup, that AoE silence. It's going to be a lot rougher for them to have. I was looking for something, he's going to get it out of there. Finding something out of this Kaisa is very difficult between the Nami move speed. Oh! Narrowly finds something, gets a little bit of damage on a Menace. Of course, has the Nami heals now. And it's rough to find just generalistic poke, because now you have that AP, you have the Athenes and the Darkseal, you have a lot of standard amount of AP on the Nami. Diamond, too easy, tries to find the Rakan comes through, but it's not enough. He's actually gonna disappear before he can get the ultimate through. Just a Lee Sin kick comes through. So much damage coming to this team. Kaisa is unstoppable. We're gonna see a quadra kill come in for Menos, and Scumbag Ligma is gonna come in and find an individual kill on the Cho'Gath. Who was in the Scumbag? He was in the top lane, so it gives us completely separate. But we're gonna see the quadra come through Kaisa. They rip open that team fight. They're gonna go for the base, and they're gonna make the end for this game. We are gonna see a dominating 2-0 come through the triple Mountain Drake. Everything falling in the hands of Impulse Esports. They are gonna take this series 2-0 over Elyon Gaming. I guess you can't really be a scumbag if you got a kill on somebody that wasn't even halfway close to the lane. But you know, it is what it is.
Sorry, I'm trying to get the demographics up at the end.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
loading for me. All right. So looking at the graphs, Gangplank, to me, honestly, he didn't seem like he was doing too much, but he actually he had more damage output than Kasai at the end of the game at 14k,
See,
opposed to Kasai's 13.
right. I feel like a lot of it's weird. You get a lot of inflated damage on Gangplank, especially against Cho'Gath. I mean, your champion gets a lot of the free Q cast to sort of just shoot down and harass your enemy later, and Cho'Gath's a very meaty, healthy target to. So I would love to see a split of how much of that 14k damage was number of times I shot Cho'Gath versus impact in actual fights. But I mean, still, you look at the number's still there, of course, still relevant. So a nice performance on the Uligma. On the Gangplank, he actually had a very nice couple of escapes from near-death experience. The very first gank that came from Hottie Williams was able to turn it around and put enough damage to threaten the Cho'Gath away from being able to commit to the 2v1 with the threat of dying and get himself out of there. And another gank that happened later in the bot lane. Very nicely done in this part to really stymie people away from being able to do what they wanted here. So overall, a very nice performance on the side of Impulse Esports.
Who's in chat right now? Let's look.
No.
No interview?
I would say, well, who do you think that we would give the MVP to? Fair.
Honestly, that's a tough one, actually. I'm gonna say for game 2, most definitely the Nami. I saw some really good tidal waves come out of him, and I saw a lot of just like putting your damage buffs on the right people at the right times to help them get like that extra damage off that they needed to win some of those team fights where otherwise it would have been like iffy, or maybe like an even trade and like the last few walk away. But I feel like just knowing who to put your buffs on and who to heal at what time really helped out the side of Impulse in the second game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can respect it as a sport player. I kept my eyes on the Nami a lot, but I feel like a lot of combine both of the games together, a lot of the aggression and a lot of the early plays coming out of Diamond Too Easy were very, very critical to making sure they shut down the ability. And as I talked about in the pregame before we got in here, the impact of Hottie Williams needing to make a lot of those early moves in the jungle to really support the Cho'Gath, the Rakan Xayah bot lane. Diamond Twizy found a nice job of finding him out in the jungle, catching him off in these countering, straight killing him off. He was 0-2 before he was really able to make a presence in any lane. And such an important part of making sure that an aggressive composition doesn't really get to do what they want is bullying them out of the jungle and forcing the game to slow down onto your terms. And I think Diamond Twizy did a very nice job of that in both games. Really kept Hottie Williams on a leash for most of the game and kind of put him under his foot while he was making moves happen on his own part. Definitely in the right place in the right times, made a lot of things go in his favor and really set a lot happen for his team. Just as much as Peihi found a lot of the critical moments in team fights that really got the Aqua Prisons to get things started, found a lot of clutch tidal waves to really catch people out of their movement tools and to get those clutch knockups and slows going. So I would agree with you. I would go with Pei as the give it to him. Mutual Kaz through agreement. And that being said, thank you for joining us here at Games XP Championship. That was a best of 3 series between Impulse Esports and Elyon Gaming. Impulse going to take the series 2-0. And again, I'm Skyson. I was joined by Quasars.
Hi.
And thanks for watching, guys.